Knowing how many calories you need to eat a day to lose weight isn't enough. In this video, I'm going to break it down for you, what you need to do to ensure that you successfully lose weight, get fitter and stronger, and make sure you get the results that you want. First things first, what does it actually look like? What does your calorie allowance actually look like on a day-to-day basis? Let's say your calorie allowance is 1800 calories. How are you going to split that up in your day? Are you going to go 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day, 2 meals and a snack, 3 meals and a snack? You need to decide how you're going to structure and split those calories out during the day to bend around your lifestyle and needs to make sure that you're not, end of the day, feeling sluggish, sitting down, feeling like shit. So plan out in an app like MyFitnessPal or MacroFactor and break down how your calories are going to look based on foods that you actually enjoy eating, and not just getting to the end of the day and panicking that you've got 100 calories left for dinner and feeling like you just have to chomp on cucumber and carrot sticks to get through the day. That's not you. You don't need to do that. Make sure you get this done first. What are you doing? Now, serious question. What are you doing? Are you going to the gym? Are you running? How many steps a day are you getting in? Because the calories that you're going to work out on that calorie calculator that you found online is going to be determined based on how much movement you're doing and how much movement you're actually doing versus how much movement you put into that calculator. Now, sedentary to me is anyone who does 3,000 steps or less a day. Anything from there, you're going to scale up onto the TDE calculator and you're going to start going up the activity levels. Now, if you're not actually hitting 10K steps a day, your calories need to come down. If you're only doing 6K a day, 7K a day, but you want to get 10K, then in the meantime, until you hit that 10K, they're going to have to come down. So you're going to have to be eating less. If you're not actually consistently going to the gym 2 to 4 times per week, those calories need to come down. So my advice to you is figure out what you can realistically do every single week and actually do it and log it, what you're doing every single day for about 2 weeks. And that's going to give you a picture of what you're actually doing, not what you think you're doing or what you want to do. Now, that doesn't mean you need to starve yourself if you don't go to the gym. It doesn't mean you need to starve yourself if you're not getting the steps. It means that you need to put practices in place to actually get there. And that's what we're going to go over in the next part. How do you actually do what you want to do? Well, first, you need to plan. You need to figure out what it is you actually want to do first and set some time down to actually sit with yourself and say, what do I actually want to do? Like, do you actually want to go to the gym 4 days a week? Or do you just want to go 2? Do you want to go to the gym at all? Or do you want to find your movement patterns in a different way, such as a recreational sport? Maybe you play football with the lads. Maybe you play netball with the girls. Maybe you're doing gymnastics or cheerleading. You need to figure out what you want to do and then put it into plan into your life. Now, how do you do that? My best way of doing it is I get a Google Calendar and I actually block out the time that I'm at work, that I'm sleeping, that I'm spending with family and friends, and figure out what time around that I've actually got to work out. Because if you don't plan, it's probably not going to happen, because everyone's busy, everybody's stressed. And if I say to you, I want you to add in 6 hours of movement a week, you're probably going to struggle to get it, or your first reaction to it is, I haven't got time for that. Well, we know that's not true, but you need to sit down and plan it. You need to sit down and figure out where your time's actually going. Where's your time sink? What's bleeding into stuff? Where are you wasting time? Are you sitting on Netflix for 4 hours a night when actually you could knock that down to 3 and go to a class 3 times a week? Is it that in the mornings you're spending too much time just faffing or scrolling on Instagram, or you lie in bed and lie in till 8:59 just before you're meant to log in for work that day? Find time in your day to get the movement in and stick to it, but without planning, you're not going to get there. Now, let's say you want to go to a gym. First, you need to get a gym membership. Then you can actually attend. But before that, you need to find a gym that you actually enjoy going to. So I would figure out where you want to go. So you can either go to cheaper gyms like a JD gym or a Pure gym. It's going to cost you like £30 a month. They're going to have some classes and some equipment. Sounds like it ticks all the boxes, but maybe it's not the environment you like to go into. Maybe you need to go to the tier above. The tier above that is probably £50 to £60. It's going to be more of a private gym vibe. Maybe they'll do some classes, maybe they won't, but it'll be a less intimidating environment, I assure you. It's going to be better owners, better kit, a better community. Above from that, it's probably £80 to £120. This, in my opinion, is where the sweet spot is. Spending that much money per month on gym and recreational activities is going to give you the best environment. It's going to give you access to coaching. It's going to give you access to a community of like-minded people. It's going to give you a community of people that you actually don't mind spending these hours with, rather than just like putting your headphones in and crying in the corner, wondering when the next bench is going to be free. So my advice to you is spend a bit of money. Invest that money and plan how you're going to make it work for your life. And spending that much money in the sweet spot, like I said, the coaches are probably going to help you. Something to think about. Hey babe, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? probably say this most nights of the week. What you should do instead is plan ahead what you're going to eat. So make sure that it's not something boring, it's something you're actually going to enjoy eating, and you know what your calories and macros are going to be for that day. So sit down with your spouse, or if you're single, sit down with yourself and make a list of the recipes and foods that you actually enjoy. Sputter them through the week. Make sure you've got your treats sputtered and scattered around the week so you get what you actually like, rather than just eating chicken and rice and broccoli every day and just getting bored and wondering why you fall off the wagon every week. Once you've planned it out, then the steps that go before it are going to be, when are you actually going to go shopping to get that food into your house? Because if it's not in your house, you can't eat it. And that's going to make you flick and open up Just Eat and Uber Eats way too often. Next step is, when are you going to cook it? Or are you going to get it cooked for you? There's plenty of good meal prep services, but they cost a bit of dough. If you don't want to invest in that, that's perfectly fine. It's not for everybody, but then you need to plan where you're going to cook it. How are you going to cook it? How's the most efficient way? And then plan some time for washing up as well, because we all know that's the part people hate the most. I know I do. So plan the quickest way for you to do it. Get some recipes online or look around YouTube and try and figure out who's got some videos that can show you how to meal prep really, really quick. Recipes that you actually enjoy doing, and obviously your spouse as well. So you don't have to start every evening at 6 p.m. with what are we going to have for dinner, and then failing your weight loss journey every single time. Next up, we have steps, and I'm not talking about the band from the early 2000s here. I'm talking about your steps every single day to take you from couch potato to actually being a reasonably active person. Now, steps are something that I think people just do not plan enough. Do you know which routes around you are about 4,000 steps? How about 6,000? 8,000? If you don't know how long each walk is going to take and how many steps you're going to get doing it, you can't plan for the eventuality of when you're stuck behind that desk working all day, or you're at a social event in the week and it's going to hinder your steps in the long term. So my advice to you is, go and do some test walks. See how many steps you're on before you go. Let's say it's 1,000. Then you go on a half an hour walk. How many steps did you get on that walk? Maybe it was 5K. Fantastic. So you know if you do that every single day, you're guaranteed 5 steps. Now, if your average steps are already 4,000, doing that one walk every single day is easily going to get you to 9,000. And that's almost to where our sweet spot is, which is around 10K. So you need to plan when you're going to do that walk, how long it's going to take, and how many steps. Maybe you need to do some more test routes. Maybe you need to go find a walking buddy because you're going to get bored of doing those walks every single day. Or if you own a dog, make sure you're taking that little bugger out. But my advice to you is, go and do some test walks and actually plan when these steps are coming in, because everybody plans the workouts, I hope. Everybody plans the nutrition, I hope, but nobody ever plans steps, and that's where you're going to get a lot of your results. So plan when you're going to do them. Plan how long they're going to take. Plan how many you want to get a day and make it happen. Now I've covered workouts, nutrition, and steps. It's time to put it all together. Now, you need to go back to that calendar that I mentioned earlier and find out when you've actually got time to do all this. Plot in your calendar when you're going to do the meal prep, or split that shift with your spouse. Like, it doesn't have to all go on to you. When are you going to go for your workouts, and make it realistic? You can just go to the gym twice a week and get wicked results. Plan when you're going to do the steps. That should be daily, and make sure that it all comes together. If you need some more help, reach out to me on my team. But for now, I know you've got this. Go and do it.